Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on subtraction of whole numbers part 2. This lesson is a continuation of the previous video. More examples will aim to help with further understanding. Here's a very basic example. Example 1, 72 take away 23. If we trade, because 2 take away 3 we can't do, so we trade from this column, and that way we cross the 7 off and make that a 6. Of course that's 110 because we took it from that column, so there are only 6 tens left. When we do the subtraction we have that answer. Now if you remember from an earlier video, I had a little checking pattern here where we make sure that this trading is all correct, and this is how we do it. That 6 is actually a 6 and a 0, so I've put that there. That 1 and a 2 is actually 12, because it's 1, 10 and 2 units, so that's 12. When we add that together we get 72. Another quick way of checking is to take that number there and add it to this number. So if you add those two numbers together you should get 72. So that's another way of checking that this answer is correct. Example 2, we've done our trading. I won't go through it in detail because you've got an idea now what trading is all about. I will just say for this particular example, 3 take away 4 you can't do, so we've traded, so that's 110 from that column. Whenever you have a 0 and you cross the 0 off and make that a 9, you have to go to the next column because the trading continues, and then that 7 becomes a 6. Then you do your subtraction normally. Let's check if this trading's correct. If this is actually 703 with all this trading taken into account, then we've done it correctly. So that's a 600. That's how it works. There it is there. This is a 90. 90, and that's 13. 110 and a 3. Add those together and that's 703. Again, add that one to this one. If you add those numbers together, you will get 703. Example 3, exactly the same thing. You do your trading. When you cross off the zeros and make them 9s, keep going. And then when you have the last 0, when you cross it off and make it a 9, go to the next column, cross that off and make that one less because you've traded all along here. Let's check if this trading's correct. That 4 is actually a 4 with 4 zeros. That 15 is a 15 with 3 zeros. There it is. 9 with 2 zeros is there. 9 with 1 0 is there. And that's 13. When you add all that up, that's 56,003. Triple check to add those two numbers up together, which will give you that answer. Example 4, we do our trading in the normal fashion. We do our subtraction to obtain the answer. Let's check if the trading is correct. That represents a 5 with 4 zeros. There. That's a 10 with 3 zeros. There's your 10 with 3 zeros. That's a 4 with 2 zeros. There. That's a 10 with 1 0. There's our 10 with 1 0, and that's the 8. When you add all that up, you get 60,508, so our trading's correct. If you want to triple check, add those two up, and that should give you that line there. Example 5. Here's a problem, and it's a very good example. Let's see how we do this using subtraction. The population of a particular country at the last census was 8,670,315 people. 50 years earlier, the population was said to be 6,740,352 people. What is the population increase in the last 50 years? Well, the common sense would be you take that number and you subtract this one, and that's exactly what we've done. Here's our trading. There's our trading that we've done, and there's our answer. Let's check that the trading is correct. Now, what does this 7 mean? This 7 means we have a 7 and 6 zeros, because you've got 6 columns here. 7 plus 6 zeros. That's done. What does this 16 mean? It means you've got a 16 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. There's the 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. 9 with 3 zeros. Sorry, let's go back, my apologies. 6 with 4 zeros. See, there's the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. There. This 9 has 3 zeros. It's there. This 12, 2 zeros. There. The 11 has 1 zero, which is there. And there's your 5. When you add those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers together, you add all those together and you get 8,670,315, which is that number there. So the trading's perfect. Add that line and this line, which will give you that answer, so everything's okay. Example 6. Ted's current superannuation amount is $483,210. His accountant tells him that he needs $600,000 before he can retire. How much more does he need to accumulate before he retires? So it's 600,000 minus his current amount. So away we go with our trading. Go all the way to the end. Cross the 6 off there. And that becomes a 5. So 0 take away 0 is 0. 10 take away 1 is 9. 9 take away 2 is 7. 9 take away 3 is 6. 9 take away 8 is 1. And 5 take away 4 is 1. Let's check the trading's correct. This represents a 5 with 5 zeros. That's there. 9 with 4 zeros is there. A 9 with 3 zeros is there. A 9 with 2 zeros is there. A 10 with 1 zero is there. There's the 10 with 1 zero, and that's just 0. When you add all that up together, you get 600,000. So that is correct. It matches up to that. Add this to this, and you will get 600,000, and that's triple checking that you're correct.